taking public pictures from the sidewalk.
Gotcha. Okay. For what reason?
My own personal reasons.
Okay. Is there something that we've done to offend you or anything?
No, ma'am. There's no. I have no nefarious intent whatsoever.
I'm just asking because somebody one other day was flying a drone around here, and that's a big no-no, and they were taking pictures of all kinds of stuff, and like, yeah, we can't have that. We're a secured site, so that's why I was just asking what was going on.
It looks very secure.
Yeah, so, okay. Are you recording me now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
What's your name?
I don't give up my name.
You don't give out your name
No.
even though you're recording people in public?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll make some phone calls. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Oop, they're separating for the surround. I'm all right. Public photography.
Okay. What do you photograph?
What's your name?
Deputy Miller, Clark County Sheriff's Office.
Badge number?
1892.
1892, and your name?
Deputy Kelly, 19272.
Okay.
So what's your business?
Mr. Reynolds, you got a badge number?
I have a unit number, it's 4A1.
Okay.
This video is a masterclass in how everyday citizens collide with authority when knowledge meets assumption. What starts as a man standing on a public sidewalk with a camera quickly spirals into accusations, Homeland Security buzzwords, and a clash of egos that exposes a deeper problem in modern policing. This isn't about trespassing. This isn't about safety. This is about how fast concern turns into control when someone doesn't like being observed. Today, you'll see how calmly asserting your rights can completely change the power dynamic, how confidence backed by law forces officials to slow down, rethink, and in some cases, retreat. Pay close attention to the language used. Words like secured site, critical infrastructure, and post-9/11 environment get thrown around a lot, but do they actually carry legal weight here? Or are they emotional shields meant to justify overreach? Will break down the contradictions, the subtle intimidation tactics, and the moment the entire interaction pivots, not because the cameraman backs down, but because he doesn't. Stick around, because the ending of this encounter proves exactly why knowing your rights isn't optional anymore, it's essential.
Dang, I never seen that.
Are you going to talk about what we're doing here today? Or
Probably
you
not.
Pick at our uniform?
Probably not. I'm not picking at your uniforms. I just wanted everybody's identity in case I get mag dumped or tased.
Oh, yeah?
Then I got some kind of evidence of who it was, right?
So how often does that happen?
Well, it just happened the other day here in Ohio.
Is someone standing on a sidewalk like this with a camera?
No.
Okay.
No, I'll commit to that. He didn't have a camera.
Okay.
But 28 shots, I mean, come on, guys.
Were you smoking earlier?
Who?
Were you smoking
No,
earlier?
Okay. I don't answer questions.
Okay. Well, you do realize this is a propane facility. If you're smoking a cigarette, it's pretty idiotic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what about all the people that drive by and flick their cigarettes out their window?
All right. So, basically, what I talked to the owner here about, okay? They don't have any signage saying that you're not allowed to stay in the area and record. This is a public property sidewalk, okay? So as far as us being a part of your little First Amendment audit experiment, we're not going to be that, okay?
So no mag dumping today?
No.
Okay. Well, he told me all about Homeland Security, right?
Well, yeah, I mean... Like
how about if you tell me about Homeland Security and how they put out a scathing memo in 2018 that says public photography is not a crime, even when paired with a 911 call?
Okay.
This is where the tone quietly shifts. Notice how the initial interaction starts polite but immediately moves into justification mode. The office manager isn't citing a law, she's citing discomfort. Her concern isn't that a crime is happening, but that something feels wrong. And that distinction matters. Public photography from a sidewalk is legal, but when people aren't familiar with the law, they often substitute fear for facts. The drone story is a perfect example. A previous incident involving a drone, something with entirely different legal implications, is being used to frame this situation as suspicious by association. That's a classic rhetorical move. Link an innocent act to a more threatening one to legitimize escalation. But legally, none of that transferred.
And hold on, I'm not done. And you. be knowing, public photography is not a crime, and the 6th District Court runs this area. You'll get no traction today, and I'll be back tomorrow with a sign and cupcakes.
Do you have an ID on you or anything?
No, I don't ID unless I'm committing a crime, about to commit a crime, or in the process of committing a crime.
Okay.
I just don't do that. That's my company policy.
Okay. So I'm just going to leave you with this, all right? I see your guys' videos online a lot. I understand your point, but I want you guys to understand our point, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We are still living in a post 9/11 environment.
No,
okay?
not at all.
Say no to that?
No,
okay. That's your,
not at
that's
all.
your right to disagree with me. But from our perspective, protecting local communities, this is critical infrastructure, okay?
Okay.
This is important critical infrastructure, right?
Okay.
And if someone's filming this because they're planning some type of attack to take this out,
Here's the turning point everyone should study closely. Law enforcement arrives, and immediately the interaction becomes about authority recognition. Names, badge numbers, unit numbers, this isn't antagonism, it's accountability. The cameraman is documenting who is engaging with him, just like officers document civilians every day to pay attention to the sarcasm and dismissive tone that creeps in from the officers. Humor is often used as a pressure tool, to belittle, to provoke, to regain psychological control. But the cameraman doesn't bite. He explains exactly why he's asking for identification, grounding it in real-world accountability. That Ohio reference isn't random, it's contextual. He's reminding them that police encounters don't always end cleanly, and documentation protects everyone involved. This is a subtle but powerful reframing. The camera isn't a threat, it's insurance.
this is a critical incident, okay? Lots of people are going to get hurt if something happens. That's why we got to come at it the way we do, okay?
Okay.
But you're telling me you're a First Amendment auditor here? You're with some news agency? Are
Okay.
you with a news agency?
Gem City News.
Okay, where's your credentials at?
There is nobody that issues credentials in the United States.
Okay, so, I mean, our local news station here, News Center 7, they have their
I've sold them
logos plastered
stories.
all over everything. So where's your news logo? You don't do
No.
that?
I'm gonna reach in my pocket.
Okay.
These are my credentials.
Can I see it?
Sure.
Oh.
First Amendment.
Okay. Cool. There you go. So you don't have any business affiliated credentials?
No, I have a business card,
Okay.
but it's not on me.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just stay in here together then.
Okay.
So you decide you
Well,
want
yeah. Because you know.
This is where law meets ego. The officer openly acknowledges there's no signage, no restricted area, and no legal basis to stop the filming, yet still distances himself from being part of your audit. That statement reveals more than intended. Whether officers like it or not, they don't get to opt out of constitutional scrutiny. The mention of Homeland Security memos is critical. These aren't fringe interpretations, they're established federal guidance stating that public photography is not a crime, even when it makes people uncomfortable. The cameraman isn't flexing knowledge to dominate the conversation, he's using it to set boundaries. And notice how quickly the tone changes once legal clarity enters the chat. Confidence backed by precedent is hard to argue with, especially on
The rules are that I can't leave until you leave. I want to go home and eat strudel. Okay? I was just walking by, and this guy, he wants to start it with me about Homeland Security. Sure I was.
Okay. Because I got a call about, I'd say 10, 15 minutes ago at this point, give or take.
Yeah, he called a couple times. I'll be
And if you
I'll
were
be doing
walking
open
by,
public records request for those.
If you were walking by, you would have been gone by the time I got here. But you're still here. So you weren't.
They said they called the police. I don't want to. You're not chasing me. I'm
Okay,
telling you
but You
now.
don't ID yourself here.
No, there's no need for me to give up my ID.
Then there's no need for you to stay here if you're just walking by.
Okay. And so you'd like me to go up the road?
That's fine. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You can stay in here if you want. But he had a valid concern, and we responded. I understand what you're doing here. Okay? But I'm going to ask you to leave. Given what I've just explained to you, I can't force you to.
Okay.
All right?
Well, you seem pretty good guy, Mr. Miller, and I'm not here to. Honestly, I know you guys think we're all against the police. We're not.
I know.
That's not how it works.
I
I don't have a gun on me. I'm not doing a
that.
Second Amendment audit. I'm not, you know.
This argument surfaces constantly, and it's important to dissect it. Post 9/11 has become a catch-all justification for suspicion, but suspicion alone is not reasonable suspicion. Critical infrastructure doesn't mean constitutional blackout zone. If it did, rights would vanish the moment fear appears. The cameraman pushes back without yelling, without insults, and without conceding the premise. That's key. He separates emotional fear from legal authority. Law enforcement may view risk broadly, but enforcement must remain narrow and lawful. This exchange highlights the ongoing tension between security theater and civil liberties and how easily one can be used to erode the other if left unchecked.
I bring awareness. Wear your seatbelt.
Yep.
Number one killer of police officers is car crashes.
I know.
That's why I don't really entertain the whole post-apocalyptic 9/11 stuff. That's all nonsense, right?
Well,
Just like police
again,
getting
that's
shot
your-
down is nonsense. You guys die in car crashes.
That's your right to disagree with that, but I'm telling you
Well-
from a law enforcement / security perspective, this being critical infrastructure, those are some of the things we got to look at.
Okay.
We may not agree on that, but you're going to have your mindset. I'm going to have my mindset at the end of the day.
Okay.
All right. So are you going to leave or are you going to stay here?
I'm going to stay until you leave.
Well, I'm going to go back down here then.
This is one of the most revealing moments in the entire encounter. The demand for credentials exposes a widespread misconception that rights require permission slips. Journalism, documentation, and free expression are not licensed activities in the United States. There is no official government-issued press card, and the cameraman knows it. Pulling out the First Amendment as his credentials isn't a joke, it's a statement. It reframes the entire conversation. The officer is forced to confront the reality that legality doesn't depend on uniforms, logos, or approval. It depends on the Constitution. And from this moment forward, the interaction noticeably de-escalates, not because officers won, but because the law